In the dust-choked plains of Oakhaven, Silas Vance was a ghost of a man. A widower with calloused hands, he worked double shifts at the grain mill, surviving on canned beans and hope. His only light was his daughter, Maya. For her 16th birthday, Silas didn't buy her a cake. He handed her a refurbished vintage gold smartphone, the result of 2 years of skipped meals. "It isn't much, May," he whispered, "but you and have to hide your hands when the other girls take their photos anymore too." Nights later, a black sedan screeched past a lonely bus stop. Jocks and Caleb, two local drifters fueled by boredom and bad intentions, saw the glow of the screen in Maya's hand. A quick snatch, a violent shove, and a sickening thud. Maya's head hit the concrete curb. The sedan vanished into the night, leaving a father's world in ruins. The police called it a botched robbery. Silas called it the end. The haunting. Jocks and Caleb kept the phone, intending to wipe it and sell it. But the device refused to die. Every night at 3 a.m., the exact moment Maya's heart had stopped, the screen would flicker to life, illuminating their dingy apartment with an unnatural, sickly gold light. The calls started next. No caller ID, just the sound of wind whistling through a grain mill and a faint, distorted voice whispering, "It was for me." Panic set in. Jocks tried to smash the phone with a sledgehammer, but the screen didn't crack. He threw it into the Blackwood River. The next morning, he found it sitting on his bedside table, bone dry and vibrating. The final debt, Caleb went mad first, claiming he saw a girl in a white dress standing in his rearview mirror. He drove off a bridge a week later. Jocks, now alone and trembling, realized this wasn't just a phone anymore. It was an anchor for an unyielding grief. One stormy night, the phone rang again. This time, Jocks answered, "Where are you?" Silas's voice cracked through the line, but it sounded like it was coming from inside the walls. Jocks looked at the screen. The wallpaper had changed. It was no longer a stock photo. It was a live feed of his own front door. In the reflection of the glass, a tall, gaunt shadow stood behind him, holding a heavy iron wrench, his eyes hollowed out by sorrow. But beside Silas stood the shimmering pale figure of Maya, her hand resting on the end call button. The police found Jocks the next morning, uninjured but catatonic, staring at a dead phone that showed only one message on the screen. Battery, 0%. Debt paid. Silas was never found, but locals say that on quiet nights near the mill, you can still hear the faint chime of a notification drifting on the wind.